Joining us now, Jarome Bell, running for Congress. This will be decided in a primary tomorrow. Absentee ballots, they're over. If you want to vote early today, you can go, I think, to your registrar's office. I'm not sure about that. But anyway, you can vote in person tomorrow. It's an open primary, so anybody can vote in the district if you're a registered voter. There's primaries for U.S. Senate. State is going to win that one hands down. And then there's also the 3rd district. Madison Downs is our candidate there. And in the 2nd district, we believe Taylor is going to win that. But trying to make my prediction not come true, Jarome Bell. Jarome, great to have you.
Hey, good morning, John. Thanks for having me back, man.
Always, Jarome. Tell me about, how did you get banned on Twitter? What happened?
Oh, actually, man, I was like 13 days ago. It's been 2 weeks now. I guess someone reported me because they didn't really like my stance on immigration, and so they, I guess, reported it as hate speech, and so Twitter just suspended me. No warning or anything, just sliced my account 2 weeks before the election.
That's like outrageous. That's outrageous. Yeah. I mean, they're impeding your ability to compete in a primary.
Yeah, absolutely. We have our team on it, and we have our attorneys on it, but it's definitely election meddling to the fullest and definitely big censorship.
All right, now, you've been doing a lot of negative ads against Scott Taylor. Some of them are pretty nasty. Why are you doing that?
Well, not really negative ads. They're truth ads, and they're not really
Come
nasty.
on, Jarome. And look, you can run as many negative ads as you want, but they're pretty nasty stuff.
Well, you consider it nasty. I consider it truth, because bottom line is this, man. We can't afford Scott Taylor again. We can't afford to crash and burn like we did in 2018. With Scott Taylor as our representative. He can't be Lane Lurie again. You think I'm running negative ads? You think I'm being nasty? What do you think the Democrats are going to do if he is the nominee? I mean, what are they going to do with a hugely flawed candidate like that? And of course, all of us Republicans are going to have to try to defend him. It's simple. It's simple, John. The Democrats will win this district again. And you have to understand, not only are they going to give us more of what they've given us, over the past, 3 years, what we've already seen, but you can best believe they're going to double down, because they're going to take winning this, again, as a license to go twice as hard as they've gone before. And we just can't afford Scott Taylor and his suitcase of fraud, lies, and deception, to be honest.
Give me an example of fraud, lies, and deception. That's a pretty negative statement to make.
Fraud, his campaign was already under investigation for the fraud in 2018, and from what I'm understanding from the prosecuting attorney, it's not over. I mean, and when you get a campaign, when whether he said he knew about it or not, I find that hard to believe that you have two campaign workers that really don't know what they're doing. They're just going to go out and they're going to recruit a black lady to run as an independent, to siphon votes off of the Democrat. That's just kind of shady. And so, that's
it was stupid. I mean, it was absolutely the stupidest thing he ever did. I mean, first of all, run your campaign and go win your campaign, trying to get third-party candidates helping them. It's a cute thing to do. It's been done before. I mean, I think, who was it that funded Robert Sarvis? Remember, he ran as a libertarian. What was that race where he helped, he got funded by the Democrats to pull votes away from Cuccinelli, I think, in 2013, right? Was that it?
Race. Yes,
yeah, they funded him. And I mean, it happened to work out for McAuliffe, but it's just, go run your campaign. It's just dumb. It's just dumb.
Yeah, I agree. You can't do that. And that's going to come back to haunt him, whether I say it, now or whether it comes up in the Democrat, from Elaine Lurie's camp, because you can best believe they're hoping and they're wishing that he's our selection, and I know that to be fact. So, I wanted to give the people, a chance to understand what they had and who was running. I mean, he actually started on the Senate ticket, right? Ran the Senate. Not really sure why he came over. I think because Daniel Gay had more traction. Then he decided to come back over and run for this seat again. And I'm pretty sure he thought it was going to be a cakewalk. He underestimated me. He underestimated my resolve, underestimated my campaign. And so here we are in a fight. And he's in a fight for his life, because he had to reach out and throw out that lifeline to Kevin McCarthy to get the Trump endorsement. And I say Trump endorsement in quotation marks, because we all know how that works. That really didn't come from President Trump. It came from President Trump's administration team, which is headed by Kevin McCarthy. He's a swamp guy. And hey, swamp.
Oh, wait a minute, Jarome. Wait a minute. There you go again.
It is. It's true.
President Trump tweeted out. Well, wait a minute.
He tweeted it. Yes,
he tweeted out from his account.
That was
Jarome. Don't filibuster, please. Let's have a conversation. This is why we got into it last time. You're on my show. I'm a gentleman. I want you to be a gentleman. I want to have a conversation. You can't have a conversation, Jarome, if you filibuster. So here's the conversation. The president tweeted out his endorsement from his account. The president asked Taylor to run for Congress some time ago. They have a relationship. I know that for a fact. I've seen him talk to him at various White House events with my own eyes. So I know they have a relationship. And so the president sent out a tweet endorsing Scott Taylor. How can you say that's not authentic?
Because the president gets, I wouldn't say endorsements, but from Kevin McCarthy, whatever you want to call it. President Trump doesn't watch all of these races, across the nation because he can't. He's busy and he has other things to do. So he goes to his administration team and he may ask, okay, who do you guys have? And they'll submit names to him. Hey, this is the guy, that we think you should, back and endorse. And that's what he does. That's how it works.
Well, I mean, basically you're saying that the president, his endorsements from his Twitter account are inauthentic and they're based on somebody else's recommendation and like they've taken over his account. All I know is the president endorsed Scott Taylor. Now, that doesn't mean you're not a legitimate candidate, Jarome, or you can't win, but you don't have his endorsement. Taylor does. I mean, it's as simple as that, right? So, come on, man.
That's fine. Yeah.
You also got, didn't you get the endorsement of Rand Paul the other day?
Yeah, absolutely. I got Rand Paul. I got Congressman Gosar. And I got a few others. Indeed, I did. Yes.
Right. So instead of calling the president basically inauthentic, and that's what you're doing, and that's uncomfortable to me because that's not true. I mean, he makes his own mind up about who he endorses. Why don't you talk about those that have backed Jarome Bell? And you mentioned two of them, right? I mean, isn't that a better argument than saying the president doesn't choose his own people to back on his own Twitter account? Jarome, come on.
If he endorsed Scott Taylor, that's fine. It is what it is. It is what it is at this point. Yeah, I received some great endorsements. I received endorsement from Amanda Chase last night, State Senator Amanda Chase. I received from her. I received from E.W. Jackson.
Wait a minute. You got Amanda Chase's endorsement?
Yeah, I did. We just released that this morning.
Okay, well, that about does it right there. With Jarome Bell, Jerome's running for Congress in the 2nd District. Republican nomination decided in a primary tomorrow. 3 candidates in the race. Scott Taylor, frontrunner. Ben Loyola, former candidate for Congress in 2010, I'm going to say. Ran for state Senate in 2011, if I'm going to say that right. It's all going by memory. And Jarome Bell, also all 3 of them have served in the military, distinguished careers there. So, Jarome, why are you a better candidate to go up against Elaine Luria than Scott Taylor?
I believe I'm a better candidate because I'm here to set the quality of life for my 2nd district. I'm here to serve my 2nd district, first of all, and foremost. And also, I believe that I can go into these areas where Scott Taylor can't go to. As soon as the Democrats call Scott Taylor a bigot, call him a racist, call him, all these names that they're going to call him, he's going to cut and run. He's going to try to pretend like he's not. And they can't really play that game with me. I'm here, so my constituents will not have a reason to be disparaged and denigrated like we were in 2018. And it's all about taking leadership. I'm a leader, and I take responsibility, and I set the example. Okay, and that's the main reason why people should vote for me. I'm a winner. I've shown impeccable character, to them, the people that I've met. And I have a good reputation, and I'm not a flawed loser with a lot of baggage. I'm just not. So, and I prepare my team for battle. And that's what we've done in this election. We've come from 0 to nobody to where this is actually going to be a very, very tight race. And I actually think that we're going to pull this out tomorrow.
How does Ben Loyola fit in this whole scheme of things?
Ben Loyola is going to pull some votes from me, I believe. I don't think anyone that voted for Ben Loyola or myself would have voted for Scott. And so, I believe that, Ben's a good guy. Ben's ran a good campaign. I have nothing really negative to say about Ben, except, I think he'll pull some votes away from me, though.
Yeah, because one of the issues you've got is if there's an anti-Scott Taylor vote out there, it's being split between you and Loyola, which is why Scott Taylor's the favorite. So we'll see what happens. I saw some early polls in this, but it's been a month, so things change. Scott was way up. But look, at the end of the day, Jarome Bell, that's why I am for primaries, right? Because this isn't a convention where you can get, 2,000 people to sign up and come out and 800 vote for you and you're the nominee. You've had to run a campaign. You've had to raise money, run online ads, run TV ads, go around, do what you have to do. So, if you win the primary, it shows that you have the wherewithal to put on a competitive campaign against Loria. That's why I am so opposed to these stupid conventions. So if you do win tomorrow night, you can phone into my show because I'm going to be at Scott Taylor headquarters. And if you win, I'm going to need you to come on the air, right? Because everybody's going to be depressed there. We get drunk or something, right? You have to call in.
Hey, John, I'll definitely call in tomorrow after I win, so I can hear you say you were wrong.
Hey, listen, I have done that. Not a lot. I got to think of when was the last time I did that? I have to think. Right? You put me on the spot because, almost all the time I pick the winner. Oh, yes. Let me see. Was it? No, let me see. Anyway, I was somewhere. We were at the wrong place and the other candidate won. And we did just that, right? We got to call them up and say, hey, we were wrong. But look, the way I am, everybody that has ever worked with me, I have my choices. But the minute the campaign is over, the minute I turn the page because that was then, this is now, we all going to move on. I would expect that whoever is the nominee here, that the other people, including yourself, if it's not you, is going to back the winner because the ultimate goal here is to beat Elaine Loria in the fall, right?
Yeah, correct. Absolutely. That is the ultimate goal, to take out this Democrat and turn this seat back red.
So if you win, I would expect Scott Taylor and Ben Loyola to endorse you immediately and do work. And I would expect that if Scott or Ben wins, that you would immediately get on their team and help them win because otherwise we're not going to be successful. And this is all for naught, right?
Yeah, that's correct.
All right, Jarome. People want to get involved in the final day for your campaign. Where do they go?
Well, final day, hey, just go to JaromeBellForCongress.com. I'm still taking donations. Or right now, you can call the campaign. You can call 536-4157 and get involved at some polling stations. We're looking for some more polling workers. And so this last day, just decide. I'm asking you to stand and vote for a man of character, a fighter, an outsider, a man that would definitely take care of your lives and make this 2nd District safe for flight. And I appreciate it.
I just remembered the campaign headquarters I was out where I picked a loser. 2015, I picked Barry Moore. I went to his party, did my show, and Amanda Chase pulled the upset, beat him and Steve Martin. And she called in on my show, and I said, you won. I never saw it. I never saw it coming. Amanda Chase, who endorsed you. Could this be a repeat in history? Tomorrow night, right? We'll have to see.